whatever a spider can spend. So
Hi again, everyone. Scott Player, Pop Cult fan here, and I know it's been a little while. The thing is, for the past, for a little over a week now, I've been on vacation, so I haven't really had time to make any videos, and even before that, there was still a little bit of a break even before the vacation. That was because I was busy doing some other things, but, just move all that shit away, and finally, for this video, I want to focus on reviewing the new Spider-Man, the new Tom Holland, the new MCU interpretation of the Spider-Man mythology. And I loved this movie. Oh, yes, finally, a really good Spider-Man movie that had a lot of heart, and it was great. Okay, so really, what drove the home run for me with this movie was Tom Holland as Spider-Man. He does an amazing job, sort of balancing his superhero life with his real life. You know, he's Peter Parker, and that's what makes the character. That's what makes him Spider-Man, is him struggling to, he's struggling to balance his life as a superhero and as his real self, and that is what makes him Spider-Man and Peter Parker. And just all across the board, the acting is pretty good, and I really like this movie. Michael Keaton as the Vulture, I thought he was great. There was definitely some pretty cool twists in the movie that really made me feel for the character, and I really did appreciate what Michael Keaton did for this character, because, before this movie, the Vulture wasn't as intriguing of a villain. He was kind of considered a lame villain, before this movie, and that's what they like to do with these villains, is they like to make them really cool and badass, like Alfred Molina as Doc Ock in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. He is still, in my opinion, the best Spider-Man villain out of all the movies. But at the same time, I also really like the Green Goblin as Willem Dafoe in the original Spider-Man film. I love Michael Keaton as the Vulture. He is really great in his role, in my opinion, and definitely, he's definitely, one of the better MCU villains in the MCU, hands down. He is just like the embodiment of the consequences of what happened in the Battle of New York in the original Avengers movie, and I thought that was really intriguing, seeing the cause and effect of the Battle of New York, and that was played a lot of the plot in this movie, and I thought that was really intriguing. There's definitely a lot of stories that was kind of left under the bus after the first Avengers movie, and I'm glad they sort of readdressed that in this movie, and it was really cool to see that. And I loved the way this movie opened. We're seeing this airport scene from Peter Parker's perspective. He's filming this vlog thing for I think it was the first the first 4 minutes of the movie, but before that there was the whole thing with Michael Keaton's character during the Battle of New York, and that happened first, and then there was that 4 minutes of Peter vlogging the airport scene from the Civil War movie, and I thought that was really cool. I loved the way this movie opened, and yeah, it was really cool to see that. And just all across the board, most of the acting, all the acting is pretty good. I like all the characters in the movie. Marissa Tomei as Aunt May, Zendaya as Michelle. I think she was pretty good. At the same time, I feel like she could have had a little more to do in this movie, but I mean, she was pretty good though. I liked her character. She was a very calm and collecting character. just like kept to herself, but at the same time she was intrigued with Peter. And it was interesting, and you know, there was this major twist at the end of the movie. I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, I liked her character, and I liked Ned Leeds, Jacob Batalon, I think that's his name, as Ned, as Peter's best friend. I thought that was an intriguing relationship between Peter and his best friend Ned, and just like the character relationships in this movie are very interesting, and especially a major relationship will change in the next Spider-Man movie when they get to it. There was a major WTF scene at the end of the, like the very last scene of the movie. I'm not gonna get into it, but it was funny. But yeah, and just overall, just a really well-balanced movie in every way. This is the best Spider-Man, in my opinion. Tom Holland is really, he was born to play this role. Like, there's really not much to complain about in this movie. Just one thing that comic book fans will be disappointed about is some major character changes, like Flash Thompson. Some people might be disappointed by the character change of what the character looks like, and you know, that change didn't bother me, because I don't know, it didn't bother me, and I liked how they sort of played with Flash's relationship with Peter. I thought it was definitely different, but at the same time, it was interesting, and I liked it, and it was pretty good in my opinion. And let's see, and yeah, a lot of people are, you know, debating about Zendaya's character and the major twist that happened at the end of the movie. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, she is another one of the major character changes that people might be upset about, but I didn't mind that, and it was just a nice little nod to a certain love interest, but I don't want to get into that too much. So yeah, just a really balanced movie. Definitely the best Spider-Man film since Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. But like, let's see, if I had to compare this one with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, I honestly like this one better. It's a lot more. It's much more funny. Like, it's much more entertaining of a movie. I mean, yeah, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 is definitely much more character-driven, and this movie, it just had a lot of heart. It had a lot of lightheartedness to it. It was a very, and it was also a very self-aware movie. You know, it was referencing a lot of Ferris Bueller movies. Definitely got a lot of inspiration from John Hughes' high school movies. And yeah, it was really good. I really liked this movie. It's definitely one of the best MCU movies too, in my opinion. Like, it's definitely in my top 3 favorite MCU movies, next to Civil War and Winter Soldier. I just really like this movie. It was really good, and that's really all I had to say about this movie. So yeah, I know I was on break for a while, but I was on vacation for 10 days with my mom and my sister. We actually went to Orlando in Florida, and we went to Disney World, and that was really fun. It was actually my first experience at Disney World, and we also went to Universal Studios Hollywood there, and we went on the Spider-Man ride. That's easily my favorite ride in Universal Studios Hollywood in Florida. That was really fun. So yeah, I had a lot of time in Florida, a lot of good time in Florida, and yeah, I know it's been a while, so that's really what I'm explaining to you guys, where I've been, what's been going on, and this is my review for Spider-Man Homecoming. I give Spider-Man Homecoming an A. I love this movie, and I just cannot be any more happy with this movie. It is definitely the best Spider-Man movie, in my opinion, and it's one of the best MCU movies ever, in my opinion. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Not sure what my next video will be. I'll let you guys know. So, I love you guys, and I'll catch you all in the next video.
Is he strong? Listen, buddy, he's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man.